Hola y bienvenidos al Abierto de la Baja 2023. Hello and welcome to the 2023 Abierto de la Baja on MX Disc Golf. First stop of 5 on the Mexico Tour 2023. We've got final round MPO action. I'm Joey Temali, joined in the booth by the 6-time world champion himself, Paul McBeth.
Hello, and we're jumping right into it.
Right onto hole 1. We've got the same 3 musketeers, Joey, Paul, and Jeremy out here. This is later the same day of round 2. I've made a wardrobe change. It's only appropriate for a 3-round tournament to wear 3 different outfits, even if the last 2 rounds are on the same day.
And you not only did you change your shirt, you changed your hat as well. But it looks like a brand new day, too. I mean, this is about 6 hours later.
Probably about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And here is Jeremy, first player on coverage to find the hazard on hole 1. He's going to be taking a 4. I am going to miss another putt on hole 1, just like last round.
And I'm going to gain another stroke.
Oh, he's calling it out. That's how good he is.
I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. Oh, man. It was a long day.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, more than just the tournament, but it definitely is nice to have those moments to just kind of stop everything else you're doing and focus on some disc golf.
Oh, look, there's your shirt that's on your hat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wearing your hat on his head. But one thing that I will say, since we did have a lunch break out here between the rounds, is I've been to Mexico a couple times now, and I cannot say that I've ever had bad food in Mexico. So if I look a little sluggish, it's because I enjoyed lunch. And
that is a dirty little spit through there for Jeremy. He's going to be dropping back 1 stroke as we head into hole 2. Big downhill hyzer shot. Paul's out here throwing a zone. And similar spot to round 2, huh?
Yep, right under that bush again. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get around it again. But yeah, not an easy spot. You switched up discs here, or is that the same one from earlier?
Same Cayman, and a little shorter of you, which sometimes is a good thing, sometimes is not a good thing. It really depends on the bush. Sometimes you do want to be far removed from them. Sometimes, if you're right in them like that, you can actually straddle out to the side and get these little 8-foot open putts. You're going to see, because I'm farther away, I actually have to deal with all this branches.
No problem for you. Great birdie.
Thank you. That was actually a putt I wasn't sure I would make, because you never know what they're going to do when you hit them, especially down here in the desert. But even you've got these little twigs to deal with.
And they all have thorns, too. So you're like, you want to stop your follow through because you don't want to, follow through into the wrong twig that has spikes in it and such. But I was able to knock that down. And Jeremy right here with about a 2-footer to complete
the triangle frame.
The star frame. If you did not watch round 2 coverage, Jeremy called out Joey for calling us all birding the hole, and Joey called it a star frame, and Jeremy said it's only a star frame if there's 5 people. So we have deemed it the triangle frame with our threesomes out here. And we actually, I guess I didn't say it on hole 1, we're actually going off in tee times. So we are the final card. The other groups are out on the course, but it kind of gives that element of allowing everyone to play the course from 1 to 18 versus starting a shotgun on some random hole. So it just makes it really unique to the area, I think, and gives them that pro experience and that feel of tee time. So if you do hear yelling, it's because the other groups are in front doing some amazing things. But we've got a little bit of gallery out there. You can see them standing in the shade, which I don't blame them. It definitely warmed up later in the day.
Yeah, the sun came out. The wind picked up a little bit. All of us here have pretty reasonable looks at the 2. But the way they set up the rounds, the pro division was never playing at the same time as the AM division. So especially here in the final round, we have a pretty sizable gallery to come out and watch because all of them have already finished their tournament.
Yes, the amateurs are all now done with their event. So congrats to those winners. You can go find that over on PDGA and check the divisions and the players, because I know a lot of them will be playing more events in Mexico, and you'll be able to see them start moving up divisions as they compete throughout the year and kind of establish themselves.
Yeah, this is the first of 5 stops on the Mexican Disc Golf Tour in 2023. We've got tournaments lined up in Guadalajara, at Chapala, the Jalisco Open. We've got the Monterrey tournament at the Torneo del Pavo, which is at the end of the year in Thanksgiving. We have courses now in Cocoyoc, in San Luis Potosí at Tangamanga. So there's starting to become a little bit of a scene here in Mexico, and it was really fun to get to know a bunch of the players who travel the country to go play all of these Mexican tour events. And it's really become sort of like a traveling circus of people who take a lot of time out of their lives. It's not like, the way we started playing, where your local tournament's 20 minutes away from your house and you can drive around and play all these C-tiers on the weekend. These are far between, and they're not every weekend. And so to see the same group of people coming out to every event has been pretty cool. Nice putt.
Yeah, I was able to sneak that one in. And one thing as well is just like this card, for example, I'm living out in Florida. You're from Minnesota. Jeremy's from Northern California, round 1. If you didn't watch that, we had Gabe, who's from Maine. Like, a lot of people came and traveled to this event. And I know a lot of people were coming from, like, San Diego area, as you can see right there in the background. A couple of the San Diego crew, where it's not that far. I mean, it's about an hour and a half, 2-hour flight, but like it's cool to see players coming in and not only supporting this area and this course, but coming out here and competing and meeting a lot of the locals, and not just here to the Baja, but as well as other parts of Mexico, and just seeing how disc golf is growing here in Mexico is so similar to how it started growing when I first started playing out in Southern California, and it's all with the relationships and helping out and pushing the sport together. So great to see that, and I guess we'll jump back into the disc golf here with hole number 5.
Oh man, you almost aced that.
Much closer than I thought. I like these camera angles; they make us look really good. Oh, just short, but that's kind of the miss you want.
Yep.
You want to be either short, just low of the basket, or push it with that ace and kind of go long.
And this is where you don't want to end up.
No, there's a lot of stuff in the way.
But we'll see. He might. See, he's got this fallen saguaro here in front of him.
If that thing was still up, he'd have no look. But it looks like he'll be able to go over it, give it a run. Oh. Tough to get that nose down in the headwind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you stayed. This is that rubber disc.
Yes, the golem. They don't bounce.
Sticks to the side of the rocks.
Another interesting thing that you made me aware of this week is the thorns through your discs. If you get a thorn completely through your disc, it becomes illegal for a PDGA tournament, and that was a risk on every tee shot, every single tee shot out here. We were risking
with those rubber discs, especially.
Yeah,
but I didn't see a single casualty, which was nice.
Definitely, you'll get, if you brush by a cactus, you'll have a couple thorns in your disc, but they usually don't go all the way through. Mm-hmm. So this is hole 6.
There's Johnny being an MVP spotter,
holding you up until it was clear.
And what he's holding us up for is for the gallery to get into place and to get them to the right side so they can see and stuff like that. So it was really cool that they've just learned that from watching disc golf. A lot of them are Disc Golf Pro Tour fans and such, so they kind of follow, and they have that tournament mindset of, we're not just the players, we're going to be hosting one, so let's see how they do it right. Mm-hmm. And they were able to do that, and it was really cool to see, because they made it really feel like a professional tournament. They didn't slack on anything.
Man, Jeremy has just absolutely had that shot dialed the last 2 days. He went a little deep the first round, but I'm definitely impressed going backhand there for him, considering how small that gap can be, but he really executed this time.
Yeah,
And
right off the pole.
we are looking at another potential triangle frame here from the group.
Yeah, 3 great drives right there.
Definitely the 9 you want to start taking birdies on if you're going to have a successful round out here. I would say you'd like to be, 5 or 6 under at the worst through 9.
Yep. Am I 6 through 6 right now?
No, yes, you are 6 through 6.
I was too busy talking that I was forgetting to pay attention.
You
to
are
the
6
score.
through 6 right now.
And here we go, hole number 7. This island hole, we've mentioned a little bit in the previous videos. The closer you get to the basket, the smaller the green gets. So you kind of want to just make sure you're on the island, giving yourself a look. But if you do push it a bit, man, I only have about 5 more feet behind that basket or I'm OB. So pushing it as far as I can. And that is the more ideal spot, is that short right side.
Corrected from my round 2 mishap. Jeremy a little inside, but that's the miss. Like you said, he's going to have a putt for sure. That would be the place on this green where the 3s can definitely appear.
There he goes. Making sure he was out of the thorns right there before he putted. It's like you mentioned.
Do that full swing before you do your real putt.
Or you'll get a surprise midway through your putt, and it's not going to help you out.
Maybe some people just need that little jolt in the back, though, when they're doing their putts because they always hit the cage and they need a little extra kind of motivation to make it over.
A little extra pop on it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice hole from the group for sure. We're heading into the uphill par 3 over the creek bed, and then the last, I would say the first 200 feet of this hole is flat. It's just the last 80 feet that it goes way up, and so it forces it into a pretty uphill shot. And that's how you want to do it, right there, right next to it.
We'll drop in for me.
I wanted to get a high five on that right hand, a little bit of whatever that magic is. See if I can incorporate it into my shot. What are these, palm trees on my shirt? I think that's what those are.
It's a bright shirt. I know that. Circle 1. And
Ooh.
little short, Joey.
Little short Joey. This is early.
Got the height, though. Oh, what a kick.
And those are the bounce backs that you're hoping for when they do happen.
There it is. He knows that was a gift.
Now you can see I just bumped that thorn with my putting hand, but I've also got this bush that's just in my way, so I kind of have to go just over it, I think is what I end up doing here.
And also you got the tournament shades on today. Look at that putt.
Nice putt. Yeah, we do. We pulled out all the stops for today.
You
The
did.
tournament shades, the Don Chato Cafe hat from our buddies at Chingones Disc Golf in San Diego. It's final round Saturday, man. This is actually the second round was my first ever tournament round playing with you. And This was
Really?
my second. Yeah, we'd never played in a tournament together. So,
We just had to go to Mexico, man.
yep, a little bit of international experience. You're still holding on to a pretty comfortable 6-stroke lead. I would say at this point we're all just pretty much having fun, right?
Oh, definitely. I mean, look at it. Look
How
at
can
this
you not?
Views. Look at the weather. We're playing disc golf in Mexico. It's pretty much paradise. But I finally made a mistake on hole 9 right here. Did not get the height on it.
And I finally, I can't say that enough, finally figured this shot out after taking the Paul play with my driver. Got it inside enough this time. Jeremy,
Following your line, but just gets caught up on the right side, which...
you just don't get filters through. The moment you hit that first branch, it's going straight down from wherever that first point of contact is.
Yep. And tried to make something happen.
I see the window you were going for.
Yeah, just a little high. Here we go. Jeremy probably looking at something similar, but you can see how he's moving his hand. He's got to get the height, but get the nose down immediately.
You kind of have to pick over or under that branch. And if you're going over, you got to get that nose down.
Yeah. And there's Joey with the solo birdie on 9.
Taking the box.
Taking the box. My first par on the front 9, so 8 through 9. Exactly what you want to do, you know. Get the birdies on the front half and try to grab a handful on the back, because they can get taken away pretty quickly back there if you're not keeping the game tight.
I would say my thoughts about my rounds going in was score on the front and don't give any away on the back. So we've got Paul shooting a nice 8 under on the front 9. Myself also shooting 8 under on the front 9. And Jeremy shooting a couple under.
Yeah, Jeremy missed a couple, unfortunately.
We're out here on hole 10. Another spike hyzer. This is one of those, though, where, like you were saying in round 2 coverage, if you do want to challenge yourself and throw that up the middle route, as you can see, there is a gap, and it is very technical and great backhand touch practice. But the scoring line is absolutely the spike hyzer.
100%. And this is for all the people that play there. If you ever want to challenge, go play this course and play it to where you cannot go over the top on any of these shots on the back 9. You have to play the fairways design and see how you score. You know, challenge yourself. You know, it's for fun. It's to get better. It's to learn. So if you ever get to play this course, I'm talking to the people at Rancho El Camino. Let's see what you can score.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely would say any amount under par throwing these low lines.
Oh, Jeremy.
He's actually up by the next tee pad.
Got a hold of that one.
Which is fortunate for him, because that means there's some space over there.
A walkway.
To stand.
Oh.
And he actually had a little bit of a look. You and me are probably both about 20 feet.
Little tester.
Because those are the ones where you're just like, I practice this putt, I can make this putt.
I have an open putt. Let me overthink it. Those kind of putts. Oh, Joey. Sneaking in the birdie.
Oh, and you can hear me saying I got stabbed right as I was putting. That was a classic example of not taking my time and doing the full length of my body motion before I did my putt.
Here we go, the triple Mando. This one gave me trouble last time. I missed the Mando. Here we go, Joey. Just sawing off a little short left, but gets pin high.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want.
Same play in the last round. Waiting for the flag. No flag. Deal with it. It's a C tier.
Feels like a new dance.
Just moves on. Just move on. Get off the tee pad. Going Luna.
Yeah, I switched it up. I wanted to put more power on it, not worry about the height, and just try to push the basket.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah, like that. That was better than I thought it was. And here we go, Jeremy. Let's see if he can put it close. So we get 3 looks at birdie here. Stop.
Oh, he hit that tree. Beautiful. Great grouping.
If we can all birdie this is a great score on this. We might be the only group. Let's see. No pressure, Jeremy. Knock this one down.
Yeah, seriously. Sign of a true veteran doing his full practice routine even on those tap-ins.
Yep.
I definitely emphasize that, even for myself, something I can forget about sometimes.
Oh, you got a bag of M&Ms, Jeremy. So yeah, we're shooting well. 10 through 11 for both of us so far.
Yes, we are
up a score.
At this point, I've eclipsed my best from previous rounds, so I'm just trying to continue that trend.
We're going with the hyzer. You can expect it to swing right to left.
But it didn't swing.
Every time, except for that one.
Yeah, the wind died out here. And look at you now. You're sitting here with your cap wrap, having played this in an extreme right to left, and all of a sudden, there's nothing.
Yeah, but I know my Captain Raptor. I know what it's going to do.
Oh, yeah? Where's it going to go?
It's way out to the right and not hyzer at all. So we are in new territory for the both of us.
And Jeremy,
Park job.
nice shot. That
job for
stall play doesn't change regardless of the wind, and both of us.
I don't know how that didn't go in. That was the smallest little window. And yours looks even smaller. Oh, got the nose up too on that. So both of us will be taking a par here, and Jeremy with the solo birdie.
Taking the box.
Listen,
once per round. That's all I want.
that was his thing. He wanted to get the box at least once per round, and he was able to knock it. Take it from us right there.
I think these are palm branches. That's what I've decided.
Okay.
Blue palm branches.
It's definitely a bright shirt. We're talking about how we both missed our putts.
Looking at those windows. That's always the fun thing.
That was gonna stick.
I know.
Only the person putting is ever going to know what they actually had on those complicated putts like that. So always just like the common ritual of the disc golfers trying to explain what they had to the other person
Exactly.
so they can understand how hard it was. On to 13. I think everybody here is going to be doing this spiky forehand over the top. Jeremy's a little bit short and early.
Quite a bit. That might even be tough to get up and down. He was so short with that one. And there you go. You got this one wide, but is it high enough? Let's see if it swings around. That might be a look. A little long in the
Little
basket,
deep.
though.
I really couldn't get this hole dialed in this weekend, but that is definitely my best look at the basket so far.
Yeah, and I was able to get it last time, so I'm going to try to throw same shot just a touch further, make it a little bit easier if I can.
And you've given yourself a look.
Gotta look. Right distance, just hung it out too far left.
You know, often in disc golf, the greens aren't very well defined when you're playing on a park course because it all looks the same.
Well, even right here, you can't even see this, but this bush has a branch that sticks straight up vertical, and I'm having to split it.
Right.
You can actually see I caught some of those leaves.
I will say this course feels like it actually has defined, there's areas where there just aren't plants, and that's the greens.
Yep.
Whereas, some park courses, you don't know where the fairways end and where, circle 2 begins unless you've got... Oh, look at this.
Joey Temali.
Look, one putt per round that I should make, I'll hit the band on. I did it last round. I did it this round. Look at that.
Little frustration driver putt.
I love watching myself play bad. Moving on to the big boy. 14, eagle chance, 456, over the top, turning over. We are throwing basically straight at OB, so you basically have to get it turned over enough so that you end up on this green here. You are doing just that.
Yeah,
nice and turning.
Finally got this one turned over to the right like I wanted. Getting some extra distance out of it.
And cruising.
And went beyond the basket right there.
And if it looks from this camera angle like you don't have a putt, it's because you don't have a putt. Jeremy going a little higher, but still gets that turn, which is ever important.
Yeah, let's see. He just didn't get the distance again. He got, I think, to the landing zone this time. But here you go with some stratosphere disc.
And this is what it looks like when you don't get the turn on the disc.
Oh, that's
And
right.
then it just goes out of bounds.
Into the building.
OB, and look, I called it right off the tee. I knew. No turn, so I've taken my mark, taken some space back to just be able to get a look. Blind, over the top. That was the only place I could even get a swing to get that putter out, and I think it ended up being kind of close, but there's no way to tell until you get up there.
And here's Jeremy. Not where you want to be.
But he's able to at least...
Yes,
he
he
hit
hit
someone.
Danny. He hit Danny in the head. And it sounds more dramatic than it is because the disc was moving forward, hit the branch, and kicked backwards right into Danny's head. And he just laughed it off because he was watching the disc and he watched it hit him in the head.
Oh, you do have a little look here.
I do have a little wind is down.
Was this your best 2 look on the weekend?
Yes, it was the only time I got up towards the basket. The other ones I kind of left a little early left.
Oh.
And I don't think I could have got it to move any more left, so I had to try to just hope it got through the branch. But
Valiant
fortunately-
effort.
Fortunately, just gonna have to take the tap in birdie
Like a
and settle
Just
for
don't-
3 birdies on
baseline
this hole.
zone or something.
This is my upshot, which I'm really happy with, not being able to see anything, just based on the first 2 rounds of knowing where the basket was and hoping that I read the wind right. Very nice par save after an OB drive.
Yep. And then
Nice tap in 3 for you.
here we come to hole 15. And I like to look at hole 15 as being like a longer 13.
Mm-hmm.
So you can almost like see how 13 went and then adjust your drive here and kind of just put more power on it. So I'm not putting it as far right as I normally would, seeing how it did drop earlier.
And that's a open look.
Yep.
Maybe not open, but you're not in a bush. So you have something from maybe 25, 26 feet. Jeremy doesn't quite get the turn that he's got in the first 2 rounds.
Just kind of stalled it.
Going with the Firebird
Ooh.
here.
That looks really wide.
Yeah, but there's a lot of wind out there, dude.
Got it inbounds this time.
Got it inbounds, about the same putt that I had last round where I hit the band. So let's see.
Oh, adjustment.
Let's see if Joey can make that adjustment.
And then should be Jeremy up first here. You can't even see him back there.
Just look for movement.
There's a little bit of movement back there. Let's see if we see a disc coming. Here
Oh.
it comes. Good layup. And there I am straddling out into the hazard, which is legal to do because it is not OB. But from a knee, this is about a 20-foot lift, it seems like. I only gave it about 10. And Joey for birdie.
Nice putt. Feels good to get
Good.
that one.
Good bounce back after the OB drive on the last hole.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my second par of the round.
How's it feel?
I was going for 18, but won't be able to do that without some aces.
Do you know how many 18s you've ever shot outside of your tournament ones?
2. Oh no, none.
Just those 2.
I don't keep track of practice rounds.
That's fair.
So I only have 2.
I suppose you would know if you shot an 18 under practice round because you would have been like, wow, I haven't parred any of these holes yet. But leading the way by 6 strokes.
And you got a comfortable cushion right now over third place, so
Not a lot of place shifting around here at the end. We're just kind of hanging out, all 3 of us, definitely more than a competition out here this week. So we're just all appreciating it. And I am appreciating that shot. Finally, disc down to a mid-range after throwing Firebird the first 2 rounds. As you saw, last round I was like 40 deep. So went to the Cayman, a little more power. Figured it out this time. You're going with the Captain's Raptor.
yeah, going with the newer one. That way I can get more of a straight down vertical drop at the end versus a gliding drop, and kind of fell right over that bush just like I wanted. Here we go, Jeremy.
This
Hanging
looks
a little
nice,
wider
too.
this time.
Boy.
There we go. He's been on the left side the first 2 rounds. Well, from this camera angle, the right side with no putt. So, being on the left, he finally had an openish look and just pulled it right.
You and me taking our birdies here.
Yeah, so good 2s there.
Yeah, that's the first time I got that hole this weekend, so I was pretty happy with that drive.
Yeah, and Jeremy with a 3, he's probably not too satisfied with.
Yep. And we
Here
got
we
2
go.
holes left. Definitely something interesting. It's when you're out here, the ratings can be really interesting. Some of the points per stroke can be a lot. So I remember thinking out here, like every birdie is like 15 points a stroke.
Yes.
And, you're not supposed to be thinking about your rating, and we don't really care about our ratings. But at the same time, it's nice to see a nice number up there, especially for me when I don't play that much anymore these days. So
And of course, it's never had ratings. It's fun to see, what it's capable of. And that's a 15-point shot right there.
thank you.
Yep. And,
Are we going for Paul's Bush?
You know where it's going.
3 out of 3. It always finds it.
This one was the higher up bush, though. I made the adjustment of getting higher, but it's still the same bush that's connected to the other one. So didn't fully make the adjustment, but Jeremy.
Wow.
That was close.
I remember thinking he might have aced that out of his hand. That was a great shot. We got this great little tree out here back behind the tee. That's like my favorite tree on the course because it has all these branches going straight out, so it just creates a bunch of natural benches for everybody to sit on.
Yep. And then you saw Luis in the background back there, and then man, I'm sorry, I've forgetting his name, but I know he's from Canada, and that was a fun putt right there. A lot of Canadians at this event. A lot of Canadians, well traveled.
Well, and Luis is our. Was he rec? Yeah, he was in recreation.
Well, there was Luis. That Luis did not play, but then Luis, Beto's brother, did play recreational, and he won by. He squeaked out the wind.
By 23?
Yeah, squeaked it out by 23.
And here we go, guys. Final hole of the 2023 Abierto de la Baja, hole 18, teeing off from out of bounds or from hazard.
I got you by 1 stroke right now.
Right, that's what I'm telling myself.
On
Yes, on the round. That's fair. Where you are at 14 down on the round, I'm at 13 down. I think both of us are feeling pretty great about that score.
Yeah.
I'm starting us off with this hyzer play. It's definitely takes a pretty hard shot, a pretty well thrown power shot to get the distance on this one.
Oh, a little high it looks like. Is he gonna get the distance? Oh, definitely got the distance.
Oh, big bounce back. This is those bounces I'm talking about. That was like a 20-foot bounce back, leaving me a very obstructed 15-foot putt.
I'm going down the middle with the Malta once again. I missed that Malta. I lost it somewhere.
No.
I don't know where. It's lost somewhere.
If you guys see a Malta like that, could be anywhere.
Most likely Memorial. Scottsdale is my guess.
And Jeremy also staying up on the hill.
Let's see.
It is easier to deal with these obstructions when you're putting downhill because at least you can kind of float it over. Just like that.
That's the course record putt right there.
And that is also the winning putt. So congrats to your champion shooting 15 under the final round, Paul McBeth, winning at a score of 38 under par. Nice job this weekend, dude. I think we all expected it, but...
Thank you, Joey. It was a battle, though. It was not like I ever felt like I really had it locked up until the end there. You were definitely playing above expectations, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm glad I could do that.
Yeah.
That's a great little triangle frame, almost a slip job on the last hole. And
there it is. 38, 32, and 20 for your top 3. And what a tournament.
Look at those scorching rounds there.
I improved every round. Did you improve every round?
I went 9, 9, 14.
Okay, there
So,
it is.
feeling very good about that. Paul McBeth taking down the win. Just want to say a huge thank you to Raul, Malu, and Fabian for all the amazing filming they did this week. Huge thank you to the Paul McBeth Foundation and Dynamic Discs for supporting this tournament. Huge thank you to my boy, Paul McBeth, coming in the booth, gracing us with some commentary. And, thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Any last words?
Just, if you ever get the chance to go down, check out Rancho el Camino. Go to paulmcbethfoundation.org. See what other courses there are. And if you ever get a chance to visit one, take the opportunity, play, and share it because we're just all spreading the love of disc golf.
Thanks, everyone, for watching MX Disc Golf. We will see you next time.